Hi, this is Mark Carrington from markcarrington.com. In this short video, I'm going to talk about how I plan to use Trello to manage the to-do lists for my internet marketing activity. I got the idea from the structure from a board which was shared by the team at Buffer. The sample here is of their social blog editorial. I'm just going to explain the structure of Trello. It has boards, lists, these are lists, and then it has cards. So you can write a particular card, and then within a card you can put more detailed descriptions and checklists and that sort of thing. The way they have got theirs organized is they go from content ideas, pipeline of things that are ready to be written, content that they're going to relaunch, things that are in progress, and what they're editing. So basically they put their ideas in here and then they flow this way across. I'm going to borrow that concept for my boards. So I have set up my own board, so we're going to pop into here the boards. Mine is structured a little bit differently. I've basically set up, I started with 5 boards. I have routine tasks, so things that I do every day, routine tasks that happen on a periodic basis, so things that need to be done on a weekly basis. I have a list of new project ideas, so things that I'm going to introduce into my business. I've got new ideas to think about it, so as soon as I identify something to possibly explore, rather than start working on it straight away or get distracted into working on it straight away, I'll put it on this list. And this first one here, Triber for Social Traffic, is a classic example. It's an idea introduced by a partner of mine this last week. I started working on it. I got a little bit stuck, and then I thought, no, this is actually not a priority, so I stuck it in here so it's there all the time. And then I have a board called Maintenance Tasks. But I really only want to have the 4 boards, the things that I need to do every day, the things that I need to do every week, the new project areas that I'm working on. So the maintenance tasks one, I put them on a board on their own because they're not routine. So installations of WordPress examples. So what I'm going to do with those is I'm going to just demonstrate what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick the card up. I'm going to push them into periodics. So I'll do them every now and then, or as and when they arise. I could put them in here, and I'm going to get rid of this list. I can add a card, move a list, move, archive all the cards in this, archive this list there, bang, it's gone. Now what I really like about this is that at the start of every day, I can visualize all the things that I have to do. So the things that are to do with building organic reach, the things to do with Facebook, the things to do on my blog, and particular tasks that I have. And I can show them in a little more detail. So for example, here we have new project tasks. I've got a thing called add new lead magnets. If we go into it, we can see that I've actually described in some detail all of the steps that are required. This is so that it gives me a level of documentation. I could either do that with cards, but I've actually just written them in as activities in here. And then I can, as you can see, I can already drag and drop. So one of the ways that you can choose to work with it is that you can just create a new list. And we'll say to do today's date, which is September 20th, add a list, and then I can start populating it. So now I've got a to-do list. So if I wake up in the morning and say, well, what am I going to do today? If I click the pen, it says make a copy it where to, checklists. So I want to keep the checklist, so I want to copy it to the internet board. So I just got to go find the list that it's on. To do, it can go position number 1. So you can see it's still there. We're still there. So we can actually, at the start of each day, you can say, well, I'm actually not going to do this today. I'm going to do this today. copy, routine tasks daily. I'm going to copy it onto to do, create the card, and we'll see there integrate copywriting has been put on there. So that is a way to actively construct the to-do list from the structure. I'm not going to do that because I'm just going to do it in a more ad hoc way. But the beauty about this is if you've got the documentation set up here, is you can then allocate this to a team member. So that's my model for how I'm going to use Trello for to-do lists. So at the starting point is I will just fix the activities I'm going to do based on a visual. And I'll just give you an example though of a way of working. I received an email today here. It says urgent issue with your Leads Leap ad. And it says there is an issue with one of your ads, so log in. So I've logged in over here. This is my pro ads, and we'll see down here that it says one of my ads, it says issue raised, domain expired. So clearly there's a piece of work that needs doing to fix this particular problem. The question is how do I allocate it to resource? How do I do it? So that I happen to have an activity called refresh Leads Leap ads. I'm going to then copy it across, stick it in to do, and that's something that needs to be done urgently for today. And I can actually, because I've made a copy of this, I can actually now change this and to say fix the Leads Leap Brett's ad. So you'll see that is now different to that one, fix Leads Leap Brett's ad. So there's a particular task that I need to go. So when I get to the end of the day, I can run through this list and say, I've chosen what to do, and you say, how have I actually done? So that's all I wanted to cover on using Trello and introduction to to-do lists. Thanks, and I appreciate your time.